as Gabe mentioned, I'm going to show you, some parts of the most recent tools that we've come out with. And what I want to start with is the new features in our Advisor Core. So coming into Advisor Core, we have what a lot of you are already familiar with: upload your client's PDF, and we'll analyze those documents or those files that you are uploading, and we will show the comparison between that and either your proposed portfolio, a benchmark, whatever it may be. And the newest features that we've added within, or the newest analytics that we've added within Advisor Core are going to be the asset location analytics. So we had a lot of demand and questions about how can I maybe glean a little bit more information when I am uploading lots of different account types. And we kept hearing asset location. I'd like to see if the current location has maybe a lot of high growth positions in the taxable account. Are there bonds? Is there a lot of fixed income in the Roth? So what we've done is we have included now these analytics. So I've uploaded a few statements already, and then a proposal as well for those same account types. And so we can see in this asset location currently where everything is at, and then the recommended allocations. And we're also providing some points to discuss with your client, with your prospect. And like I mentioned before, we're seeing some high growth assets in the taxable account. Maybe we want to start looking at, should those high growth assets be more in the Roth, because there's potential for capital appreciation without the tax consequences upon the withdrawal. So we're pulling out a few sort of key areas that you can discuss, just like we do in all of our other analytics within Advisor Core. You can certainly edit any of these if you want to delete some of these altogether so they're not showing in the report that you generate, or if you simply want to add your own words, your own detail for the state of the portfolio, the recommended state, the reasons, that sort of thing. So you're able to make those edits. Here, I'm just kind of removing that text there. I can add my own. And then that is what will be reflected when we export the report. And then moving on to the next feature within here is some fees. Now, though this isn't a brand new feature, I get this a lot about questions, can I add in my fee? We've always had this, however, sometimes folks sort of miss this when you're looking at this nice graphic, is I can click on to add any advisory or management fees to either side of the portfolio or the comparison or the proposed. And we give two just free entry text boxes. So you can enter, okay, this was what the advisory fee would be. If I have another party managing the portfolio, this is what the asset management fee is, again, on both of them. And then you can update the chart, and those will be reflected in this new graphic. So just for a quick comparison, let's see that the current state advisory fee is 95 basis points. The proposed advisory fee is 90, and we're just going to update that graphic. And this is, of course, over the course of 20 years. And then what I can also do within here is get a list of those expense ratios of what's in the current portfolios, or what I've uploaded, as well as the proposed portfolios. And then moving on to statistics. This is something we have just added. I want to say, and Gabe, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is very new this week, end of last week that we just added this. We kept getting comments and feedback about wanting to know a little bit more information about the portfolios. So we've added the analytics for turnover, expense ratio, yield, average number of holdings in the funds, performance metrics, and so on this page. This will continue to get developed out as a lot of our other features. And finally, tax transition. What we're looking at here is what the potential tax cost could be for transitioning a current state portfolio into a proposed portfolio, or saying, what will it cost to go from portfolio A to portfolio B? And we show you a few different pathways. So minimize taxes, trying to come up with that net zero. We can transition a good portion of the portfolio. It's going to take a while, though, to transition that. A full transition is going to cost us quite a bit, $100,000 on this particular value portfolio. I can also change the budget. So maybe my client is willing for this event to cost $25,000. So I can just edit that, and then we'll see we're able to transition a greater portion of the portfolio. It'll take a little bit less time. And of course, the tracking error between what I started with to what I want to end on is much less. We can download these trades to see what we need to sell, what we should use those proceeds to buy. And in the event the statement that I upload does not include any purchase date information, we're going to just by default have to assume some criteria. And that is that all gains and losses are long-term. I have set here the long-term capital gain rate as 20%, short-term capital gain rate as 38%. Those can be edited as well. And lastly, something that I wanted to show quickly today is how you can take all of these analytics and then you can compute, or your stake will compute for you, a direct index portfolio. So that's this optional information down here. So I can include, whatever the risk tolerance is. And then, of course, do I have any specific security exclusions or inclusions? Maybe I already own a whole lot of Tesla, and I don't want to include that in this portfolio. Whatever the case may be, I can do that. My values parameter, add that, and then I can run the analysis. We're going to create an optimized portfolio, and then we'll be able to see the comparison between all three. What my prospect currently has, what maybe a model portfolio I may have, or a benchmark, and then of course comparing it to an optimized portfolio, direct index optimized portfolio. So I have taken the liberty of pre-baking this casserole. It does take about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes to compute that optimized portfolio. But what we can see here is we have an optimization with a low tracking error, 1.44%, based upon the benchmark, taking into consideration all of my values and my risk tolerance. And we can just go through all of the analytics. So from a values alignment standpoint, this direct index portfolio is much more aligned than what the benchmark is and what I'm starting with. And the returns, the volatility, all of the other analytics that we're used to seeing in Advisor Core, we get with this, but we're now comparing the three portfolios.